I just happened to catch the train going by this morning. I thought I would make a little video of it. It's nothing but a train, just a plain old ordinary train. Now this particular one is using 4 engines to pull this train of cars. So every time I get the opportunity to look at these trains, I enjoy them. So I just wanted to share that with you. Just the trains, nothing but the train. This train took about 7.5 minutes to pass by. Back in the olden days, when I was always in a hurry, I would have been pulling my hair out. But I've kind of mellowed out in my older age, so I'll take the time and enjoy the scenery as it goes by. And also, look at all the graphics, graffiti, I guess, on all those cars. I wonder who does all that work. Trains have been a popular form of transportation since the 19th century. When the first steam train was built in 1804, people were worried that the speed would make the rail passengers unable to breathe or that they would be shaken unconscious by the vibrations. In rail transport, a train is a series of connected vehicles that run along a railway track and transport people or freight. Trains are typically pulled or pushed by locomotives, often known simply as engines. Though some are self-propelled, such as multiple units, passengers and cargo are carried in rail cars, also known as wagons. Trains are designed to a certain gauge or distance between rails. Most trains operate on steel tracks with steel wheels, which allows low friction and makes them more efficient than other forms of transport. During the post-World War II boom, many railroads were driven out of business due to competition from airlines and interstate highways. The rise of the automobile led to the end of passenger train service on most railroads. Trucking business had become major competitors by the 1930s with the advent and improved paved roads. After the war, they expanded their operations as the interstate highway network grew and acquired increased market share of freight business. Railroads continue to carry bulk freight such as coal, steel, and other commodities. However, the ICC continued to regulate railroad rates and other aspects of railroad operations, which limited railroads' flexibility in responding to changing market forces. In 1980, Congress enacted the Staggers Rail Act to revive freight traffic by removing restrictions, regulations, and enabling the railroads to be more competitive with the trucking industry. The Northeast Rail Service Act of 1881 authorized additional deregulation of Northeast railroads. Among other things, these laws reduced the role of the ICC in regulating the railroads and allowed the carriers to discontinue unprofitable routes. More railroad companies merged and consolidated their lines in order to remain successful. These changes led to the current system of fewer but profitable Class I railroads covering larger regions of the United States. The Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railroad, often referred to as the Santa Fe or AT and SF, was one of the larger railroads in the United States. The railroad was chartered in February 1859 to serve the cities of Atchison and Topeka, Kansas, and Santa Fe, New Mexico. Beginning in 1860, the Atchison Topeka Santa Fe Railroad quickly grew to become the premier transportation company in the United States. Its hallmark was fast, a high-quality freight and passenger service, including the famous Super Chief, El Capitan, and the Chief luxury passenger trains for traveling between Los Angeles and Chicago. The Canadian National Railroad, CN, is a Canadian Class I freight railway headquartered in Montreal, Quebec. which serves Canada and the Midwestern and Southern United States. The CN Railroad has acquired 11 different railways since 2006, including the Grand Trunk Western Railroad in 1971. CN is a public company with 24,000 employees. As of 2019, Bill Gates is the largest single shareholder of CN stock, owning about 10% interest in that company. Hope you enjoy watching trains and show as much interest in them as I do. The trains are the ones responsible for getting a lot of our merchandise from the shores to our homes. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up. Thank you. About the end of it. About 7.5 minutes long. Seven and a half minutes long.